The presidency has reacted to comments made by former governor of Jigawa State, Sule Lamido, who over the weekend accused President Bola Ahmed Tinubu of supporting the annulment of the June 12, 1993 presidential election. Lamido claimed in an interview right here on Arise News that Tinubu only gained prominence after the formation of NADECO, and that Tinubu's mother, Alhaji Abibatu Mogaji, mobilized market women in support of the annulment. Let's take a look.
I feel highly entertained by Tinubu's rhetorics, the way he's dramatizing his own role, in Nigerian democracy. Luckily, we're all alive, we're all there, we're all, participants in that particular, sphere of political activity. So I was in the middle of it. Tinubu became relevant and noticeable after Abacha took over government. Before then, he was in the Senate. Was the secretary of the party. And with all respect to him, you see, he was part of those people who were supporting Babangida's annulment of June 12. He was part of it. His own mother, Haja Mogaji from Lagos, was organizing legal market women to come to Abuja to pledge, support for Babangida. I'm saying this because it's simply a history. I mean no harm. Don't mean to embarrass him. But then you see, he was actively handing gloves to Babangida. So when Tinubu today, after being a Nigerian president, decided to rewrite history, trying to maybe deconstruct history and then rewrite it, then it is very, very amusing because he was part of the Babangida's support of June 12. He was part of it. Now, it was only when Abacha took over government that Tinubu then became a so-called activist of June 12. There is a difference between the victory and the victor. The NADECO were more concerned with the victory than the victor. As far as they are concerned, in the bathwater they are trying to use, they are trying to hang on to their own kind of riding on top to reinvent, history in Nigeria. Otherwise, I feel embarrassed for the president for the way he's talking. Honestly, ask anybody. What is happening today in Nigeria is simply something very, very laughable.
Well, the presidency has refuted Sule Lamido's claims, describing them as a distortion of history and an attempt at revisionism. In a statement released on Sunday, the presidency claimed that Alhaji Mogaji never supported the June 12 annulment and that had she done so, she would have lost her position as market leader. The presidency further highlighted that Sule Lamido, as the secretary of the Social Democratic Party at the time, was among the party leadership, including Chairman Tony Anini, who surrendered the people's mandate without resistance and teamed up with the defeated National Republican Convention to deny Abiola his mandate. The presidency also emphasized Tinubu's consistent condemnation of the annulment and pointed to records showing that on August 19, 1993, while on the Senate floor, Tinubu unequivocally described the annulment as another coup d'etat and urged Nigerians to reject such injustice, further stating that Tinubu was active in defying the Abacha junta, was arrested for his pro-June 12 stance and continued to fund protests. The statement concluded by advising Lamido to verify his facts before making public statements, suggesting that his comments are politically motivated. Dr. Abati, over to you.
Okay, very quickly, I commented on this earlier on. I said that it is most unfortunate that 32 years after, the controversy is about who played what role and who played, a better role than the other. To the best of my understanding of what Alhaji Sule Lamido said, he did not say that President Tinubu did not play a role in the struggle. He seems to be saying that, well, he didn't play as much role as some of them. My Mercedes is bigger than yours, kind of mentality. And, the spokespersons for President Tinubu, Mr. Bayo Ononuga and also Mr. Dele Alake, they both said, look, this is revisionism, this is not the truth. Because it is on record, indeed, that, President Tinubu at that time was one of those persons involved in the struggle. In fact, it was on the basis of that the Alliance for Democracy made him the gubernatorial candidate in Lagos. Before he returned from exile, it was a different person that they had chosen. I think at that time it was Funsho Williams that they had chosen. But in appreciation of his contribution to the struggle against military rule and also in defense of June 12, they then decided to make him, the candidate of the Alliance for Democracy. That was how he became governor.
Yes.
In fact, it was in recognition of his commitment to that struggle. So for somebody to now come in 2025, 32 years later, and say, oh, he was not part of the struggle, or we played a better role than he did, well, that has been debunked by spokespersons for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But my argument is this. Look, we should focus on the significance of June 12. June 12 was considered the freest and fairest election ever conducted in this country. And it was on the basis of that Professor Ofrin Wosu's name has been put on the honors list June 12, 2025, in recognition of what he did with option A4 at that time. Number two, it was also a Muslim ticket. MK Abiola and Baba Gana Kingibe. That election unified Nigerians so much that even Bashir Tofa, who was the NRC candidate, he lost in Kano, his home state. And the Abiola ticket won even in Kano. So people did not vote along ethnic lines. They didn't vote along, religious lines. This was an election that could have unified the country. But the military thought it in their own, folly to annul that election. And that led to Nigeria being isolated, a lot of issues. In fact, Abacha did not seize government until November 17, 1993. So all that struggle, isolation of Nigeria, ostracism of Nigeria, and all of that struggle, everybody was involved. And I cited the example of Joe Igbokwu's book, Heroes, Segun Adeneye, The Ghost of June 12, which is a recently released book, Wale Oshun's account of the protest, and several other accounts on that particular struggle. What we should focus on is the theme of June 12, the significance I have described, the theme, Abiola's theme. It was called Hope 93, Farewell to Poverty. Abiola's message was that if elected president, he would ensure prosperity. He will make Nigeria a better place for all.
Right.
That ideal, that goal, that objective of Hope 93 is still alive today.
Right.
Anybody who is in government, their assignment should be how to make this place better for us all, and how to ensure farewell to poverty.
Absolutely.
We have not achieved that objective yet. That should be the discussion.
Right.
Not my Mercedes is bigger than yours. I was the one that was there. I contributed more than you. No.
Well,
that's not what we want.
Well, several people have responded to Sule Lamido, including Dele Alake, who actually said that President Tinubu defended the June 12 election, and also the fact that Sule Lamido himself was part of the people who surrounded it by endorsing, a controversial interim government.
Where was Lamido? The Lamidos of this world were hands in gloves with the Abacha regime. So they did not face any harassment because they were not even for June 12 anyway. So they were safe. But the people fighting Abacha for the restoration of that mandate were the victims of harassment and oppression. And Tinubu was the forefront of it. I just told you his house in VI was firebombed. If he was working for Abacha, will he go through all of that? If I tell you how he even smuggled himself out of the country from Anthony in Lagos. He was holed in a clinic. If he's watching, I'm sure he will be smiling. He was holed up in a clinic to say that he was ill. When the order came that he must be brought in dead or alive.
Many members of the SDP abandoned MKO.
Absolutely.
Including his own running mate. I don't want to embarrass anybody this
Well,
morning.
all right. Well said.
But that is the truth.
We'll take another story
empirical
now.
fact.
Empirical fact. We'll take another story. Highlighting the grand reception held in Uyo, the Akwa Ibom state capital, to officially welcome Governor Umo Eno to the All Progressives Congress. The event, which took place at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium, was attended by Vice President Kashim Shettima, Senate President Godswill Akpabio, APC National Chairman Abdullahi Ganduje, and other prominent APC leaders. Godswill Akpabio expressed strong confidence that the entire South-South region of Nigeria will cast its votes for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the 2027 general election, and that suspended governor of Rivers State, Sim Fubara, and the governor of Bayelsa State, Doyo Diri, are next in line to join the All Progressives Congress. Let's take a look.
Your Excellency, Governor Minor, today is for you. Today is for President Tinubu. Today is for the South-South. Today is for Akwa Ibom. But most especially, today is for Nigeria. Governor Minor, after you, who knows, Rivers State will jump tumble. After Rivers State, Bayelsa will join. And of course, we won election after Governor Otu in Edo State, and we produced an amiable senator, Senator Monday Okpewolo. He's here in our midst. So what are we saying now? We are saying henceforth, come 2027, the South-South will go one way, and the South-South will vote for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Race to 2027. Before I come to you, ahead of the reception of Governor Umo Eno's defection to the APC, Vice President Kashim Shettima was seen in a video publicly or appearing to refuse to shake hands with APC National Chairman Abdullahi Ganduje. The video has since gone viral, with many suggesting that the incident is not unrelated to the tumultuous APC Northeast stakeholders consultative meeting in Gombe, where the party endorsed President Tinubu for a second term, but omitted any mention of Shettima as his running mate. Recall, we did take this story when it happened, and I believe the chairman at the time said that, they don't endorse running mates. Your thoughts on both stories? But that video really, you were saying something about it looking like it wasn't really, and what did you say?
So a few seconds later, he did come back.
Of course he did, but I know, but yes, eventually he did. But what they were saying,
he did come back and shake him, but that was a snub. I mean, if you do human relations, body contact relations, body movement, that was a complete snub.
Yes.
And it shows that all is not well in the fold of the APC.
That's what it was looking like, obviously.
It was a complete snub.
Yeah.
So him coming back to shake it was an afterthought, because there were people that were bringing hands and you were shaking at the behest of the party chairman, and you didn't shake him there and then. So whatever I did was an afterthought. Things are not well in the APC, and it shows. No matter the attempt to spin
the narrative.
The narrative. I think the man involved even came on our show, What's Trending. I think I was in Abuja then, and he was saying that normally they would not talk about their death. It's not true.
That's what he said.
It's not true. Why was there ruckus there that day? Is Shettima not a prominent person enough to be mentioned? And to now add insult to the injury was when Mr. Bayo Nanuga did come out to say that it's going to be at the convention and they are going to announce the running mate. So obviously, true to type, and it's not a new thing President Tinubu is doing. When he was governor, he did it. He didn't finish with his running mates. God knows how many running mates he has, from Kofola, Brooklyn, and all of that. And there's been a push by the Northwest, because when you look at it on the calculation pecking order, the Northeast does not bring as much vote as the Northwest. So when you look at it, what is the need? Okay, Vice President for the Northeast. What's the vote count in the Northeast? You want to compare it to the Northwest, where you have the KKK states, the Kano, Katsina, Kaduna votes, which we call the Kardashian states. You can't compare it to them. So probably, I don't know whatever their machinations might be, but all is not settled. There are some factions that are saying within their fold that it should be somebody from the Northwest. But the question is, who will it be? We don't know. Some are saying still stay with Shettima. It's going to bring about a very high-stakes politicking amongst their folds.
That's what it looks like.
And when it happens, we'll see it. But the question is, every political party has problem, but how they settle it matter already. But from what I saw, that was a snub. As regards everybody now that is trying to hog June 12 limelight, the truth is, we forget in a hurry that MK Abiola died. Somebody actually died for this. He didn't only die, his wife died. his family will never remain the same again. Do you know at what age that his family, his children lost their parents? Do you think it was an easy experience for them? And then we have turned June 12 now into politicking, bring back. Where are we even empathetic towards individuals? Must everything be politics? Everything, we have just quickly turned it apart. People actually died. Innocent Nigerians that came out. And these politicians, they will never argue for the ideals of farewell to poverty. Nigeria today has become welcome to poverty. Welcome to poverty.
All right.
They will never argue on how to make lives better for people. The slippery slope of economy that heralded MQ Abiola's campaign, Nigeria is on the march again. Bad water, water not there, food not there. It's even worse of today. In the 93s of this world, at least you had pipe-borne running water. Today, how many pipe-borne running water do you have in major cities in Nigeria? Till today, many people, I know a man that calls me on my radio show, Ambassador Busba, he lost his sight because of this June 12th. So you have a lot of those. People don't talk about that. They don't even understand the ideals they return to democracy.
All right.
A lot of them that are in bed with the military and the ones now talking today. The ideals of democracy, having the military officers even now morphed into civilians, the same people that perpetrated this heinous crime against Nigerians.
All right.
So it just shows that the elite class is one.
All right.
And they should stop deceiving us.
Very well said. Very well said.